Cheeks. Yeah, watch me like stream to Hitbox or some garbage, or like my Smurf account.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. We're live.
Hey, we're
We're actually live.
live. I just needed to load so I can see chat. Yay.
Oh,
So cool.
yeah,
We're back after our
yeah,
little hiatus. We kind of seem to do one a season, but that's okay.
yeah.
I mean, it was kind of awkward with the fact that like both of us were getting back really late in the day from like your
hmm
trip and my convention, and I was just like, I was so exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty exhausted too, honestly. I was like, I think I can do a podcast, but it's probably better to rest.
I mean, you did an all-nighter and then did a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're taking care of yourself instead of doing
Mhm.
stuff like that again.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Oh,
alright.
yeah.
So we got some news. Some of it's
Yeah.
not the most. It's a bit behind because we do have stuff from
Yeah.
last week, but yeah, since
Yeah.
we're streaming on Twitch, the first thing we should talk about is Crunchyroll is on Twitch.
Yeah. We've had a little marathon going since I think it
19,
started on the 27th, I think it said. Yeah.
19 full seasons. I'm really sad
19.
about it because what?
What?
Yeah, that's 19 full
Yeah.
seasons of anime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah, that's a lot. I'm kind of upset that like all the shows I wanted to watch were at like
Mhm.
2:30 a.m. and I'm like I can't do this.
Yeah.
This ain't good. It's all on Twitch presents. Oh wait, like we got the schedule here. We can see. So
Mhm.
they started with Mob Psycho 100 and Miss Kobayashi's. That's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. They did Bungo Stray Dogs, which I love, but it's at 2 a.m. I should have marathon Sound Euphonium while sick at home.
Yeah.
Or not Sound Euphonium, Yuri on Ice, but that would have gone so late into the night. Like, then they have Space
Yeah.
Patrol, Luluco, and Anne Happy. Because I haven't seen Yuri on Ice yet. I would have liked it, and then
hmm
Saga of Tanya the Evil was, like, super early in the morning. And then
hmm
prime time, they had Joker game. Like, why? And then Kimono Friends was at 2:30 a.m. And
Yeah. I think.
Kimono Friends is so good.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think Rocco Braves the Six Flowers is on like literally right now.
Yeah, ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay. I only seen like I've seen some of it. I do kind of want to
Yeah.
go back and finish it sometime because I had an
I,
interesting premise. But
yeah. I'm the exact same way. I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes. I might go back some point, but I
new
don't
game's gonna be on in about an hour and a half, and that's gonna be great.
know.
Or maybe more. I don't actually know these time zones. New game's great,
Uh,
but I'm watching season 2 already, so it's not a big point of me marathoning season 1.
yeah.
Gabriel Dropout is good. A lot of people didn't like it as a slice of life, but I think it's fantastic. It was one of my favorite anime from the season it aired.
hmm
So then we have a bunch of short ones. All
Yeah.
Night, Oji-san and Marshmallow, Woozers, and then World End. What are you doing at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? You know that one's based on a light novel.
Oh really?
But that's at like 4:30 a.m., which kind of
Yeah.
sucks. Like all this stuff at the main period time is stuff I've seen already or stuff I just don't care
hmm
about. Like Free, I like
Yeah.
Free, but I don't want to rewatch it a third time. Like I've seen it twice already.
That's a lot of free.
I need to see season 2 still. And then they
hmm
they end with Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid and Yuri on Ice again. That's
hmm
August 1st. What day is it? That's
That's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I'll be at work, so I can't even watch Yuri on Ice
Yeah.
then, which kind of sucks. But yeah, it's like
Yeah.
all the primetime stuff I've just seen, like Sound
hmm
Euphonium, uh, Joker game, which I wish I hadn't. New game I've seen,
Yeah.
and then
Mm.
like Free I've seen. So it was just kind of unfortunate that
hmm
that's that. But is there anything you're
Yeah.
planning to watch?
I haven't watched any of it, and I probably won't, because I don't know. I kind of want to watch Yuri on Ice, but I don't really want to marathon it all in one big chunk.
That's
I
very
just don't really
fair.
watch shows that way.
That's fair. I
Yeah.
I think it depends on the kind of show for me. I like
Yeah.
marathoning shonens a lot.
hmm
I find that really fun just because of the way the pacing goes in the shows and the way they're set up. Like
hmm
I've been sick. I got a flu from the con, I think, and it was really bad. So I've been sick the past few days, and so I was off work Thursday and Friday, and I just marathoned like the last 2 seasons of Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Haikyuu is a very good marathon anime
Yeah.
because it's like
Yeah.
it feels more like you're there real time during the matches and stuff when you watch them all together. And like, yeah, shonen like that I find really good to marathon. Things like Yuri on Ice, well, it is shonen. I feel like you want maybe a bit more time off to try to like. I think a big part of Yuri on Ice and a part of its popularity was being able to talk about it as it aired.
Yeah.
I think that helped it a lot. Like, I do think it's good
Definitely.
in that, but I feel like. I mean, it's kind of the same with Haikyuu, too, but like. I feel like the pacing of Haikyuu and how it drags out different matches across multiple episodes makes it better for a marathon, because you can marathon the entire. Like, if you want just that one match in the show. Compared to, like Yuri on Ice, where each episode is kind of a different part of the circuit. It's like you're a different match now. You're a different match each episode.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah. So yeah, this marathon's going on for another 2 days or so, day and a half.
Yeah.
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 So that's pretty cool.
I highly recommend checking out New Game if you haven't seen it yet, and Gabriel Dropout. New Game Season 2 is airing right now on Crunchyroll, so it's a good time to marathon then and catch up. I just caught up on episode 3 of that last night, actually.
Nice.
When I was supposed to be watching the shows for this, I was like, oh, I'm just going to catch up on a bunch of other shows. But yeah, so.
So yeah. That's that.
Yeah. And we have news about something else here.
Yeah. So next up is there's going to be 2 new things for Girls in Panzer, the anime about girls driving tanks. And there's going to be a new 6-episode anime thing. And then also there's going to be a game for PS4.
God, I need to watch this. I've seen scenes from it and it looks
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous. Wait, the game? Is
Yeah.
the game just World of Tanks but with anime
Yeah.
girls at the top? I hope so.
Yep. It's
Oh
pretty
my
much
God,
what it looks
anime
like.
World of Tanks, yes!
Yeah. The show is actually really good and fun. I haven't seen all of the extra. There's like movies and like some OVAs or something. I haven't seen all that. So I'll get around to watching this finale thing eventually.
So this is gonna be the very last of it though, right? There's not gonna be more
Yeah.
after the finale?
That's seems to be that way. I think so.
Okay.
Just judging from the name, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really like that the game just looks like they made a tank game and then stuck an anime girl on top of the
Yeah,
tank.
it really
That's
does.
hilarious.
It's just a
It's like
tank
some
game.
It's like the developer was like, "Oh, we've made this tank game, but we don't have a hook to really catch people with it." And then they just talked to the anime people, like, "Hey, can we stick your girls in this game?"
I would love if you could like customize the outside and make them like really weeby looking tank
Yeah.
skins like they do with like the planes and stuff you see.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh man, you should watch the show. They
I
actually do
need
that.
to. I've seen like scenes from it here and there that are just like
Yeah.
so over the top and amazing. I think there's one where they're like in a car and they're like starting an ambush, and the one girl who's their spotter or whatever is just spending the whole time playing an instrument which is playing in the background of the entire scene, and they like get their treads blown off, but
Yeah.
they keep going on just like the empty wheels and stuff, and it's so dumb. I love
Yeah.
it. I need to see this show.
It's really good.
Oh.
So yeah, I think the 6 episodes are starting like next year. I think. I don't know if it says it or no. No, it's starting in December. It'll start.
Yeah, they'll be
And then-
shown in theaters on December 9th, and the first
Yeah.
episode, does it say when it's going to show up
Yeah.
on actual TV? It does
don't-
not, but it'll
doesn't.
probably be a few months after that.
Mm-hmm. And the game, I don't think they have any date for the game, but I imagine sometime next year, maybe. It's called Girls in Panzer Dream Tank Match. So yeah, that'll be a
Each
cool thing to check out.
screening will only show 2 episodes.
Yeah. That's weird. It's really weird to me that anime gets shown in theaters at all in Japan, but I guess it's,
I
you know,
mean,
it is Japan.
some does show here too. They're trying to put out
Yeah.
movies the way Digimon Tri came out though, and
Hmm.
it's just kind of weird that it's like we're making 6 episodes, they're gonna be two. It's like just for well, if they're regular time, that's like you're paying to see a movie to watch 40 minutes of anime. Like
Hmm.
that's awkward, but
Yeah.
I guess it's cool. I
Hmm.
do think, from what I understand, you get more like stuff for showing up in person to these events, so they usually
Yeah.
have stuff like that to make up for it.
Okay.
I think. Usually premieres do, so
Hmm. That makes sense.
if you probably go on December 9th on the first day, you'll get some cool stuff, probably.
Probably.
Because they do that when it airs here too. A lot of the time, they'll like have bonuses and stuff.
Hmm.
So our next news is about Square Enix.
Oh yeah, they're they announced that they're going to be working on a multimedia anime slash video game thing. They put out a trailer for it. The trailer is just like a lot of like concept art of characters, still images, and some music and some talking.
Pretty images.
Yeah, it's very pretty. Um,
Interesting. The text and dialogue in the video says, "What is beyond the farthest horizon? The final sea. Death, hope, freedom. The girl who carried the furthest secret by birth. For the girl, dreaming and living freely was not allowed. A world like freedom was nothing but longing. She was made to live in a closed and narrow world. Even dying and living were chosen by someone. So I thought, if it's that we were given only poison arrows from God, I want to share death with you, not someone. I want to give half my life to her, even if it was sharing death. That's why I'll walk with you beyond that horizon. We met and shared 2 lives with one death." That sounds, I'm
sounds
sorry,
something.
but it
Yeah.
sounds kind of generic. Like,
Yeah, that was my thought. Of, like the imagery and that text, it sounds
some
like a
of the
super
imagery looks
generic
really cool.
JRPG.
They have like
Yeah,
this one thing of this weird walking castle thing that looks like a horse,
yeah,
and that looks
that's
cool.
awesome.
But
That's awesome.
uh,
But then the characters are like
it
dude with
is
sword.
it is Square Enix, so there's a
Hmm.
good chance of them being able to make it work. But the fact
Hmm.
that it's multimedia scares me, because the last multimedia project was Final Fantasy 15, and the plot in it wasn't good, and they had to make an
Yeah.
anime to expand the plot, and even still, it wasn't that good, and that was in
Hmm.
development for so many years. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a
That
little
game.
scared.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully this will go better. It's
Yeah.
not going to be stuck in development hell for a decade.
Although it sounds like we might never get a new Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
And
I feel like
especially not
I feel,
turn-based.
yeah, I feel like every major Final Fantasy game they say like, this is going to be the last numbered Final Fantasy game.
Well, I don't think it's so much that, more is
Yeah.
how bad the ratings and sales are for that
Yeah.
game. Like, they're good, but they're not
Hmm.
what they
They're not.
probably
Yeah.
expect from a mainline Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. They
And
probably didn't make back their decade worth of money they put in.
I
You know.
think moving away from the from turn-based combat was a mistake.
Hmm.
Like, even
Yeah.
in 13, I know people didn't like its combat system. I enjoyed the grid thing and like the changing class. It reminded me a lot of 10-2, which people
Yeah.
also didn't like because they're like, it's all girls. And 12 also no one liked as much because its
Hmm.
combat changed so much. I think if they went back to like just regular turn-based combat, they'd have a much better chance, because that's what a lot of fans wanted out of the game. Like, a lot of
Hmm.
people are into JRPGs for the tactical turn-based combat.
Yeah.
And
That's something I've kind of liked about Square Enix and Final Fantasy, though, is that with every game, they like change up the combat style pretty drastically. It's like
yeah,
none of the games are really exactly the same to
it's
each
the
other.
fact that they're like moving
But
away from it entirely and moving much more into
yeah.
like the Kingdom Hearts combat, which is good, but it's just, I don't think it's what a lot of people expected from
Hmm.
titles with Final Fantasy. So
Definitely.
I'm hoping this new series might actually be a turn-based combat game,
Hmm.
because honestly, it might not have the name Final Fantasy, but it might end up being like They always say
Basically, Final Fantasy.
yeah, yeah. They always say like spiritual like successor or whatever, but this
Hmm.
might just end up being like it's called Dia Horizon, but it might just be
Yeah,
like the new Square Enix flagship
yeah,
mainline JRPG.
yeah.
If it's good, and that does give me some hope. It'd be sad to see the Final Fantasy name lose, but
Hmm.
it would at least mean they're putting money and time into developing games instead of hoping they'll coast off the name of the brand,
Yeah.
which I feel is something they've started doing lately. With
Hmm.
especially with like all like Final Fantasy 13 was good, but then it has all the spin-offs that are just there because it's Final Fantasy. Same,
Yeah.
I feel like 15 was kind of similar in that like it wasn't a Final Fantasy game.
Hmm.
They just called it Final Fantasy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
It
about
was
right.
so different. It would have done better, I think, if it was just like a standalone JRPG. It actually probably would have done worse because it didn't have the name, but it probably would have received better reviews and people would look at it better. Even though I
Yeah, it
know
wouldn't
a
have.
lot of people love it, it's like,
Yeah, it wouldn't have had the expectations of being Final Fantasy
yeah,
attached to it.
yeah, exactly. It's like it would have
Yeah.
done as well, but it wouldn't have been expected to have done as well. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah,
So
our
yeah,
last thing was announced just
yeah.
recently.
Real quick. I just want to say that the Dia Horizons, the anime is in October. I don't think there's any details on the game yet,
Yeah,
but the game is probably a while away if it's just being announced now. So yeah, but yeah, the next and last thing
Persona
is
5 anime announced, which
yeah,
yeah,
which
maybe
yeah,
they'll finally, once this airs, stop saying, hey, you can't stream past this point of the day, it'll give away plot. Because anime gives away the plot, right? Like,
yeah, yeah. I
so
wonder if they're still enforcing that at all.
yeah,
Because I've seen a couple people just doing speedruns of
they've
it. So I don't know
moved
if
the
they care.
date you're allowed to stream back
Oh,
farther, but it's still
yeah.
like,
But they're
I
still
think it's
saying
like
don't do the
right
whole
before
thing.
the last dungeon area type thing
Huh.
at this point. I'm not sure. But
That's really dumb.
I really enjoyed the Persona 3 movies. I still have to watch the
Hmm.
last one, and I haven't seen 4 yet, but I plan to watch it, and they're good. Like it was a good adaptation of 3, I
Hmm.
think. I again haven't seen 4, so I'm pretty excited for this. I have Persona 5, but I haven't played it yet. I
Oh.
haven't been willing to sink that time in yet, but
Hmm.
I'm probably going to soon. I have so
Yeah.
many JRPGs on my DS to go through first, though.
Yeah. The main reason I wanted to bring this up is because apparently in Persona 5 I haven't played it, but I would like to eventually. But they apparently all the bosses in it are like super based on like actual real world events in Japan.
Huh.
And it goes into a lot of like societal stuff in Japan. Like
Interesting.
they have one section that's like, oh, these office workers are working themselves to death. Like people in the like characters in the game die because they overwork themselves. And
Jesus.
so I was seeing someone tweet about this earlier today. They were like, it's curious if that'll survive into the anime because a big developer tackling those issues is one thing because everyone is kind of anonymous, but then with an anime you have big corporations getting their hands and working with it. So it'll be interesting to see if the game's themes kind of
Well,
survive into the show.
you can say that, but big corporations are gonna have their hands in working on like the video game too. I think the more
Yeah.
interesting thing is how it relates to the
Hmm.
anime industry itself and overworking. Like it is
Yeah.
of course bad in general, but
Hmm.
it's being called out a lot in the anime industry and the manga industry how overworked people are. And
Yeah.
like how many have to go off on sick days and then just never come back. Like how many manga artists are gone right now from their
Hmm.
series. Like uh Hunter x Hunter just came back from another hiatus from him being sick.
Hmm.
Berserk I think went back on hiatus. World Trigger is on hiatus. Like all these really big manga artists are going on hiatus because of overwork, and anime's very
Hmm.
similar. A lot of the animators
Hmm.
work so much that it'll be interesting. I
Yeah.
do like that like companies in Japan and stuff are paying attention to this and trying to like find ways to rectify it and are talking about it. I think
Hmm.
that's really good for them as a society to be able to talk about it. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Definitely.
So
Like,
yeah. That's it for
that's
news, I think.
yeah. That's all that I found.
Alright. So, do we want to do Centaur first or Mary first this week?
Oh, I don't know. Let's start with Mary, I guess.
All right. So
I hopefully you remember episode 4 because I watched it last week
yes,
and only kind of remember it.
it's okay. I watched it this morning, so
All right, great.
yeah. That's why we're late. I had to watch all my episodes still.
Mm-hmm.
So starting off, all cool and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So kind of just starts off really casual, laid back, and all that. Well, I mean, it does start off with a, "I'm gonna help you." And it's like, no, I don't want your pity. It's like, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to help you. It ain't pity. You gonna take my help, and
Yeah.
then it's like, okay.
The,
Kind of skips over to them in their club that was shown earlier, which
mm-hmm.
I don't remember them in the first episode showing the captain of the club.
I think she only like briefly popped up for like one line of dialogue or something.
But
I think
yeah,
she
so
like was there, but not much.
she's shown like
Mm-hmm.
kind of introduced on her phone with her umbrella and laughing kind of stranger. It's like she's possessed, she's fucked.
Yep. It's funny in these episodes. It's like the person with the dream demon is so blatantly obvious. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, they're not even trying to hide it.
Well, they don't know they have to hide it. The
Yeah.
dream demon's just fucking them up.
Yep.
They're all like having a hard time thinking straight because all
Mm-hmm.
these dream demons get up in their business
In the
like,
business.
hey,
Yeah.
we gonna take your body and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they kind of just talk in their club a bit. The the one girl, I forget her name, is like, I got money from my part-time job. I'm gonna pay for us all to go to karaoke. It's like, damn, I would not be spending my money like that, but you go, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we're gonna go to karaoke, and you see that Captain is texting a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of hinted at, and they all like go off, and it's the red-haired girl whose name I forget, the
Yeah.
really serious one. And I'm like, she's gotta be like possessed or evil or something. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but so his sister tries to talk to her, she ignores her and walks off, just heads on off home. Like, now
Mm-hmm.
I'm out. But so they're all gonna go to karaoke, and then there's a big commotion, and Mary has snuck into school looking for a dream demon. So
Mm-hmm.
we already know who's possessed, but now it's just confirmed that she knows one's in the school.
Yeah.
So
I have one note here. So I was just thinking how silly Mary's code is, and then it immediately got caught on the railing as she jumped into the school.
yeah, it's like it's so impractical, but I guess
Yeah.
it's a dream design or something.
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
yeah,
she got in trouble with one of the teachers, and then ended up going to karaoke with them because of it,
yeah.
or something.
Well, they all saw her. It's like, oh god, let's just take her and get out of here. This is embarrassing.
Mhm.
So not like karaoke. Yumeji sucks at singing.
Yep.
I really like the karaoke scene though. The style to it, everything's very darkened, so you know something wrong is going on in the background. But behind all
Mhm.
the characters, all these like bright stars and stuff to keep it kind of happy around them. Except by the captain, the angle you see on her when she's texting, the main angle on her, it's like one half is pure black
Mhm.
behind her, and then beside her is like the outer wall that's not black, and it's just pure red, which is
Hmm.
like so symbolic for danger. It's like
Yeah.
it just screams something is wrong here compared to everything else where there's these bright stars in the background. She's
Mhm.
just like in this weird mix between this black and red border, which kind of says like how she's kind of stuck right
Yeah.
now. But yeah, so they ask about the text, and it's like, oh, it's a pen pal. We're gonna meet alone. And the first thing I thought was, don't meet strangers
Yeah.
alone. Don't meet them alone.
Yeah. Seriously, it's bad news. Don't do
All
that.
of them are like, yeah, go for it. You'll be great. It's like, don't meet them alone. God. It's
Mhm.
okay to meet strangers online,
Yeah.
but do not do it alone. Do it in a
Yeah.
public place. Bring friends or something. Maybe a
Definitely.
knife.
Yeah. Just in case.
They're like, hey, meet me behind the Tesco in 5 minutes. Don't do it. Even if you bring a knife because you'll need it, like, still don't do it.
Bring 2 knives.
Bring a bunch of people with a bunch of knives.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so Yumeji's sister has managed to talk the redheaded girl into visiting the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
She's like trying to be her friend, talking about coffee and stuff, and gives her a matching key strap, which isn't gay at all.
Nope, not at all.
I think she might have a crush, maybe a little. We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's like the night or the next day or whatever. It's all raining.
Yeah.
Meji's playing some baseball game. I don't know what was with them in baseball this episode, but it was a thing. So Mary climbs in through the window. It's like, hey, what's up, nerd? And it's like, oh, use a door, please.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, someone's here for you, Yumeji, come on down. So he's like, okay, you play. So she starts playing and sucks at the game.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes down, and it's Captain, whose name I don't actually know because they just always refer to her as Captain. And she's all sad because Chris didn't meet her.
Mm-hmm.
And
She got stood
she's
up.
like, yeah, stood up, I'm sad, I'm gonna go away. Starts walking away, takes her glasses off, pulls out a second phone, texts something, and then her main phone rings, puts her glasses back on and runs back to her. It's like, Chris wants to meet me, let's go. It's like, she's possessed. Like, goddamn, Chris, you're not even subtle about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing was, Chris's phone was better than her phone.
I sure didn't notice that detail, but she had 2 phones.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, she pulls out of her bag. One of them is a flip, and one of them is like one of those ones where you just slide it up.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, fancy. So yeah, she goes off to meet Chris, supposedly, even though she never can, and she's possessed by Chris, because
Mm-hmm.
Chris be a dream demon, and so Meji all pissed, chases after her, and Mary's all like, damn, where he off to in this rain? And
Yeah.
so he catches up, he grabs, oh, her name is May, that's it, Captain is May. He starts yelling at Chris, and Chris is like, no, we'll never meet, blah 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 and stuff, it's foolish. And he like breaks into the dream just through sheer force of will on himself. He doesn't need Mary to do any work, he can force it apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris is this weird floating head with like a spacey body, which is actually pretty dope. Like, the
It's like a
designs-
It's like a Gritty Rayman reboot or something.
Yeah, something like that. He reminded me of like a villain from The Gray Man. Like, that's what his design made me think of.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, he's like, I'm gonna stop you, fight. They argue about like, I guess ethics a bit, and then Mary shows up, and it's like, swapping out batter for the pinch hitter. It's like, what is it with you and baseball this episode? I don't know, but so Mary comes in, beats him up as always. I'm gonna send you back to Dream World, blah blah blah. He's like, can you? Like, will you or whatever? It's like kind of ominous. And then May wakes up. And it's like, face me. It's like, I'm just a dream demon who hurt you. And it's like, damn right you are. Slaps him upside the head, just like, fuck you. I'm writing a book about you, and thus was born. Okay, I'm not gonna make that joke. It's I was gonna say thus is born Taylor Swift, but that's overdone.
Yeah.
She doesn't write about her exes anymore either. But
Not anymore.
so Chris then disappears,
Mm-hmm.
fading apart, and the day is saved, and they decide to work together or whatever.
Yep.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
it was Mary Nightmare, right? That's like her
Yeah.
name, right? And it's Chris and May. Mary Chris May. Well, the other guy's name is Halloween, right? I think their names are so weird, and I think some of them are based on holidays and stuff, and they're like bad puns and stuff.
Yeah. Something like that.
But yeah, so Yeah, the day is
Yeah,
saved. Sorry, I kind of took over this episode. You
that's
said you didn't
fine.
really remember it,
Yeah,
so I'm like,
I
okay, I just watched it. We good.
yeah.
Can
As you
blaze
explained it,
through.
it like kind of came back as you explained it, and I remembered at the end there was like kind of after like Chris was like just about defeated, he was all like, "Oh, it's am I really so bad?" Because like she was happy when I was around. And
Yeah.
she was happy to have someone to talking to, and then like immediately after that, just like, no, actually, Chris is just a bad guy. There's like no moral gray area here. Like, oh, it
Yeah.
would have been cooler if they'd done the
Well, no, they
gray
do
area
kind of
stuff.
talk about being gray after, because once he's
Yeah.
defeated, they sit there and it's like, I think he did just want to meet her all along. Like,
Hmm.
I don't think he had a motive of trying to take her body. It's just when he ended up
Hmm.
there, he couldn't do anything else. So he
Yeah.
tried to give her hope. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that, but then also, but then he's like, but I still can't forgive him. So they
Hmm.
do kind of put it gray in the very end, once
Yeah.
they've killed
Kinda.
him or beat him, I should say.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
we get a new episode right after
Yeah. Oh,
with a new
one last thing
character.
though. At the very end of the episode, though, they put Mary in the maid uniform because that's where
Wait,
apparently she
what?
it was.
What?
It was. I don't know if it was a maid uniform, but it
Did
was
I
close.
miss this? I missed
I don't know.
this? What?
It
Was it
was.
after the credits?
I don't think so. It might have been, but it was.
What?
It was when she works at the restaurant. She has that
What?
uniform on.
I don't remember this, and I just
You
watched
know?
it. I'm going back and
I don't
rewatching.
know. I might be wrong.
I think
I
I
don't
might
know.
have just hit high dive credits at I
Yeah.
think it might have been like the credits and then high dive commercials started playing. I was like, fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to
I don't.
rewatch that.
I think that's what my notes say at least, but that was a week ago, so who knows?
All right.
I also have a note that it's not a very good maid outfit, so maybe it's not a maid outfit at all.
So we're gonna find out. I'm gonna go search this up. This is something
Okay.
I must do
We
for
need to know.
research. So yeah, a new episode starts. So
Yeah.
new character approaches. We get a
Mhm.
glimpse at this other girl who seems to be possessed.
Yeah. 'Cause she has a voice in her head talking to her.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, so we then cut back to Yumeji and Mary. They're all
Mhm.
like, we're gonna go out and buy stuff because my sisterhood is depressed that like idol singers are making music anymore because he's in an
Mhm.
angsty phase. So yeah, they go out shopping and it's all like, oh, I've never gotten to do this before. Mary's all like
Mhm.
that. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
how long have you been here anyways? And she points up at a sign. It's like, I think I've seen 10 of these. But like, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
She can't, I don't know if she can really read that well because she'd just be like, oh, is it 10 summer sales or 10 sales? Because if they have a winter sale too, it'd cut in half. If they had a spring and fall,
Mhm.
it'd cut in four. But they just kind of assume, oh, 10 summer sales? Holy shit, you've been here for 10 years.
Mhm.
Damn, that's gotta be lonelier.
Yeah.
It kind of is. But then we kind of cut to the new character with her friend, and they
Mhm.
found a toy doll thing of like a robot, and it's amazing, and I want it. And the new character is this weird nerd, and it's great. They're in like some weird occult store.
Mhm.
Why aren't there weird occult stores here? Like, I don't ever see anything like that around.
Not enough cults in the area, I guess.
The closest thing is Spencer's, and that's a goddamn Spencer's.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not great.
We had, God, we had a hot topic for like a month, but they were idiots. The way, like, they rented out this huge area, but only used
Mhm.
half of it. Like, they actually cut half off with just
Yeah.
like a wall, but you could kind of see over it to see the rest of it. So they're paying like double the rent, and they had nothing in there but Funko Pops. Like, it was bad. They didn't have any stock. It was just this huge room in the mall,
Yeah.
and yeah, they closed really fast. They had no
Yeah.
T-shirts or anything. It's like, what is this?
Huh. Weird.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
anyways, Mary, one of my favorite lines here, Mary's walking backwards, it's like, you can't see behind you, and she's like, yeah, I have eyes on the back of my head, because she has, like, the eyes on her hat, and she's just like, yeah, but those are closed, like, as if maybe she actually can see through them, but they're closed, so she couldn't.
Mhm.
And so she bumps into a girl, she's like, oh no, drop the robot, and everyone tries to grab it, and Yumeji kind of does, but he ends up looking up their skirts. And they
Yeah.
do the dumb hentai trope where it's like, you
Of course.
pervert!
Ah.
Overreaction.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they start talking, and the one girl forgives them, and the other one doesn't, and they introduce themselves. And the Ali, the girl who is possessed, she gives this line that I really like. It was, "Oh, I'm not going to carve your name into a voodoo doll or anything."
Yeah.
Like, that's a great way to greet someone.
Yeah, she's a weird, like, occult nerd, and it's great.
It is.
But yeah,
So
yeah. You want to go?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So they start to split up, and because Ali's friend ran off to leave him alone because she thought that she was gonna try and talk to Yumeji some more, talk to the cute boy or whatever, and then Yumeji and Mary immediately also leave, so she doesn't, and then she talks to her dream demon friend again, and it's like, all right, let's do it, and it turns out that the voice in her head is a dream demon hunter. I think that was teased in the last episode or the one before it or something.
See, I'm not sure, because
Yeah.
they were teasing for a while that someone was hunting dream demons, but I don't know if it's this person, or, because I thought it was the red-headed girl at first.
Yeah.
Right? But
I don't know if they ever teased who that they were attached to. I think they just teased the lady with the sword. I think. It
I don't
was
even remember if they teased the lady with the sword.
Yeah, they might not have shown her, but they showed someone talking to some dream demons and killing them and stuff.
Yeah, so we knew something was hunting dream demons.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, they open up to find any dream demons in the area to go hunt them down. And Mary and Yumeji get pulled in, and I read a bit of this manga years ago. I don't remember like any of it, but I remember this character's design, and I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Angel Lady was my waifu when I first watched it. Or when I first read it.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. It's been so long.
Her name is Engi 3-Piece.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's a dumb
Engi
name.
3-Piece, here to fuck you up.
The characters in the show have such dumb names.
Maybe only the dream demons, but I wonder if it's because maybe they're born through someone having a nightmare dreaming about them, and it's just like some dumb kid who like dreams of this crazy woman with a sword and wings. And it's like Engi 3-Piece or something.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, that's my name for the rest of my life now.
Oh, great.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's like Chris. Like, his name's just Chris. It's so
Yeah.
normal. And then we have Engi 3-Piece.
Then she also mentions, because she thinks that Mary and Yumeji are someone named Pharos Elcross.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's
like,
like
you must be that person. Yeah.
Pharaoh's Heracles. It's like,
Oh, there it is.
who?
It's like, what?
Who the fuck? But I guess that's kind of hinting at one of the people behind all of this.
Maybe, yeah.
Because, I mean, they're specifically hunting for this one demon the other demons are working for, so. It does kind of seem like some of the demons came here by accident just because they could, or not knowing the repercussions, and then some were sent here on purpose by someone. Like, you have, like, John Doe specifically going, I want your body. Like,
Yeah.
knowing how it works. But then you have people like Chris who's like, damn, I just wanted to, like, meet her or whatever. So.
Yeah. So they Engi and Mary start fighting, and it's like, well, hang on, guys, you could just talk this out, really.
Animation's so nice. Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
saying the exact same things, and they can overhear each other
Yeah.
the entire time, and they're like, they don't piece it together that they're both like dream demon hunters.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, you're right. The animation in this fight scene was really, really good. I really liked it.
it's really fluid and cool, and there's a lot of like really nice use of colors for movement instead of like just the sword moving fast and it being a white line. It was like the sword was kind of purple, so it's like this purple line going and stuff. And like, yeah,
And,
it was cool.
And eventually, Engi swings her sword once, and Mary catches it and then breaks it.
Oh yeah,
and, like,
it was like
deletes
based
it or
off the
something?
game they were playing in the very
Oh.
beginning. They're playing the Wii
Yeah.
game It's like 364 and 363 losses, finally a win catching.
Yeah. and then and then it got weird and life was jumping around in the timeline, I guess, doing flashbacks. This
Yeah,
Engie,
it like going back to show Engie meeting or Engie and her sister, who like this is why it kind of seems like, oh, some of them came here by accident, because Engie's sister's like, oh, we can go to a human world, I wonder what it's like. And it's like, you don't know what's gonna happen. It's like, I want to go find out. Like, I want to kind of find out that her sister is apparently dead.
Yeah.
And she blames dream demons for it. So, and she's looking for this Heracles guy. So my theory is this guy opened the portal and was telling demons to go through, and that's what it was. And so some are being killed by it or something. But yeah, so
they do the flashback with Engie and her sister, and then that causes another flashback within a flashback of Engie meeting the human girl that she's attached to, Aoi or Yui, whatever her name is.
I need your help to do this, and Yui's just like, all right,
like,
Aoi's
all right.
like, yeah, sure, you're so honest about it, like,
yeah, you seem trustworthy.
Yeah, completely. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, I just saw something we could have used for the background.
Oh,
too late. Too late.
Oh wow.
Could have live stream camera of the dinkiest REM plush ever. Anyways,
So they go back to the present day with Mary and Engie fighting.
And they're talking about, I'm gonna send you back to Dream World.
Yeah.
And Engie's like, you can't. It's not that easy. Like, you're killing them. And it's like, whoops, it was murder all along.
Whoops.
Whoops.
I just hate when you accidentally murder everyone.
Yeah, but see, Mary seems different than other dreams because she has like a real body, so who knows, maybe she is sending them back.
Maybe. It's possible.
Because like, unlike Chris where he just broke apart, the one before, like, she hit and she actually like went through what looked like a portal. Right? So maybe. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic.
That's fine. So yeah, the kind of ends dramatically here because Engie summons a whole bunch of swords and uses them to pin Mary because Mary's like shocked that she's been killing people and can't fight back now. And just before Engie goes to finish off Mary, Yumeji jumps in the way because he's like, "Oh, I'm tired of just being a burden. I'm gonna fight too." And jumps in the way, and then the episode ends.
I'm gonna fight too by getting stabbed. And murdered. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. The episode ends there, but.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes next week.
Yeah. The plot is picking up, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. It's cool. There's a lot of cool foreshadowing. It's not just, well, I guess this happens now. It's no.
It's a pretty good show.
Yeah, it is infinitely better than Clockwork Planet.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Speaking of better than Clockwork Planet, Centaur is also better than Clockwork Planet.
That it is. Centaur has been pretty cool so far.
Yeah, it's been a fun show. Yeah.
So
I have episode 3 to start with here.
Yeah. 3 kind of starts with her and Hime and her sister chilling, hanging out, and we get introduced to her sister, and sorry.
Go for it. I was saying I only vaguely remember this episode. I don't remember how it starts.
Right. Again, so she's reading to her sister a book. It's a fairy tale, and they're talking about how the prince returned and solved everything through democracy. Like, this whole world's so democratic and everything.
This episode, I remember now, it was like really big on democracy. This episode, they mentioned it a bunch.
The episodes are really about stuff like that, and I'm kind of worried some people are probably missing the point and thinking that it's like, oh, social justice warriors making an anime controlling everything. It's like some weird, fucked up like world, but. Well, it is kind of like this weird dystopian world where everything's controlled that way. It's also, look how happy all the characters are. No one's really like, you don't see racism or people blaming each other for it. It's, honestly, everyone in it is just kind of like happy and nice to each other. Or at least tolerant and not bad. They still have arguments and stuff based on other stuff, but they don't do it on race. And that's just kind of, if you raise people that way, that would be how it is. They do go a little, like, an extra step too far, weirdly, with how much government controls it, but...
Yeah. It's cool that like they're not being too shy about the like weird universal setting of it, and like, oh, the government's crazy and all this stuff. It's good that they didn't leave that too far in the background.
People are happy because, well, they're
Yep.
crazy about what they're enforcing. It's all,
Mhm.
like, stuff that
It's all like
helps
for the good of the
soci-
people.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
All
She
right.
goes
So
off to take her sister to the convenience store, and she runs into Tama the angel and
Yeah.
her triplet cat sisters.
hmm my only next note here is there's so much kissing.
Oh, my note is get off the damn road, because they have such a long conversation on the road about kissing. But yeah,
Oh.
so they talk about how, like, oh, right, you should only kiss the person you like. It's like, but we do like it. Like, they're trying to explain kissing to kids. It's pretty generic. It's okay. But they're like, girls don't kiss each other once they've grown up. But as in, like, friends don't. But they say girls don't because they're all girls. And here come the lesbians. Like, the canonical lesbian couple just walks
Yeah.
up during that. And they're like, what? Yeah, we kiss. And they just, like, kiss straight up.
Yeah.
It's like, but you only kiss one person who you really like on the lips.
hmm
You can kiss others on the cheek, and like Tama's all like, "What are you doing?" and stuff, and they kiss Tama, and Tama starts blushing horribly, and I think she might be like in the closet, but like a terrible lesbian,
Yeah.
or she might like that girl who is currently in a relationship with the other girl, which doesn't help
hmm
because you also see her getting teased and like blushing a lot when
Yeah.
she was like hiding in her wings and stuff.
hmm
But I'm curious what kind of like stuff they're gonna like talk about, because like they're touching on homosexuality and stuff as normal.
hmm
They might just go like, alright, they're in a romance now. It's normal in this world, right? And it's interesting how any of these things are like happens, but it's kind of like misunderstood here. It's just normal in this world, and it's very interesting to see how it's just treated normally.
Yeah.
That's one of the cool things.
Yeah. So yeah, they have a long conversation trying to explain to the kids the difference between like kids kissing and adults kissing and all that. And eventually, they just all the girls go and play in the fountain.
Yeah.
And they all head home.
And the angel pulls all three out with 2 hands and a foot. Like, that
Yeah.
shows strength. That
Yeah,
shows strength
seriously.
and balance.
It's crazy.
My note here is step on me, my angel. Which, whoops.
Whoops.
Sorry about that. And yeah,
So, yeah.
they go
Yeah.
back. There's a weird shower scene because they were in the fountain. They
'Cause-
gotta wash you
yeah.
off. And the light of God guides everything. Or, like, the smoke.
And the little centaur girl, I don't remember her name, but her mother shows up to pick her up. I think she was Sime's cousin, maybe. I think.
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
so.
And I saw the car pull up beside. I'm like, oh man, I wonder if they're gonna show the inside of the car because it's a car for centaurs.
They
It has to
kind
be crazy,
of did,
right?
and it's just like
Yeah.
the back seat.
It's just,
the
like,
back, and
empty.
it just goes into the back. Well, no, the back legs and stuff
Yeah.
just kind of going onto the back seat.
Yeah. It's like if you just took the front seats out of a regular car.
Yeah, and
Kinda.
like your butt's on the very back seat, but then
Mhm.
there's like kind of a strap behind your head that just comes out behind and stuff. It's an interesting design.
It is. So then part 2 starts.
There was
They're-
something else where her sister's asking her stuff. Oh yeah, about
Yeah?
like kissing and growing up, and then like, will I also have boobs like you? And
Oh. Yeah.
kids.
Ah, kids.
Yeah, so it now goes to
Was
Tama's house with her kids, or her sisters, and
Mhm.
like the 3 cat sisters, and then the one who is part cat, part angel,
mm-hmm.
who apparently has trouble breathing when she runs a lot and is like kind of
Yeah.
weak. And they do mention at another point that like breeding between can lead to some issues like that, but the government supports it also. Like, that's the thing. Normal thing. Disability is normal, right? Supporting
Yeah.
people with disability is normal in this world. And it's like, why the fuck is that not
Yeah.
normal in the U.S.? or like
Oh.
other countries.
Mhm.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, she's like, I gotta go to this meeting thing. You guys have to be like stay inside. She can't play outside. She'll get tired. This and that.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm,
oh
yeah.
yeah, on the TV they have the magical girl democracy thing going
Yeah.
on, all about democracy. It's like
Magical democracy
it's
girl.
like it's all about the majority. The majority will rule. It's like, oh no, it's a ripping democracy space.
Oh no.
Magical girl will defeat it. It's like
Mhm. It's very silly.
even kid shows have it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, ethical magical girls.
So the older angel girl has to go to student council meeting. It says has her three sisters watch their youngest sister. It's like, oh, we want to go play outside, and she's like, well, stay here, but you can invite friends over.
They bring 6 friends over.
Mm-hmm. And
But
then they end up playing outside anyway.
Yeah, they're like, well, it's in our yard, and so the younger girl gets tired. One of them notices, and all the 3 cats run over. It's like, oh no, are you
Oh.
okay? Let's go inside. Let's help. Oh no, I'm sorry. And she's like, I still want to play. It's like, we'll play inside. But then they just run around inside anyways, until like
Yeah.
the other girl comes and like, I'll play house with you and keep you company.
Yeah.
At school, they're doing debates, and it's like, sorry. It's like, it's 3 o'clock. It's time to vote. They're all like, we want to keep debating. It's like, we decided ahead of time at 3 we would vote. Which I think that's fair, right?
Yeah, that is.
If you go against the stuff you've already democratically decided, unless if everyone democratically decides to, like, take more time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're all pissed at her because she like wants to leave, and they're like, you just want to leave. It's like, yeah, I need to go make supper for my family. Like, none of you have this issue. I have to cook for like 5 people by myself because it
Yeah.
sounds like her mom's now not around anymore.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe really busy.
and they're all
something
pissed at
gone.
her because she has real life priorities, and she's like,
Mm-hmm. Like, no.
I think I was really confused by the talk about her grandpa
Mm.
saying like calling me my mom and saying let's go home, but I think that was supposed to be like, oh, her mom was dead, and the grandpa
Mhm.
like thought she looked like her and was like, oh, I guess I'm going to heaven with you, like you've come to pick me up,
Yeah.
let's go home type thing.
I totally don't remember that.
It
So I have
might
no
have been
idea.
missed in translation a bit, but yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
she'll never succeed in the real world like this. It's like she's doing more than anyone else is
Yeah.
realistically in what a real world is. People don't even get
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, she eventually heads home early. And, not early, but on time. And on the way back, she stops to get ice cream or something for all the little kids.
Yep.
And
It's like there's 6 of them plus
6 friends.
the 4, so 10.
Mm-hmm.
She comes
Yeah.
in, finds the girl playing house with her sister, and it's like, oh, thank you so much, and they all run, and it's like, oh, let's all get food.
Yeah. And then as all the little kids are leaving, they're like, wait,
I
there's...
think before that, when they're like
Yeah.
all handing out the ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
she's like handing it all out, and then they stop and like holding 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like, oh, we're gonna pass them around to all of them, 1 to each. And then they stop and they're like, wait, we have 1 extra because the other girl just disappeared.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, maybe it's like a spirit here. Because apparently spirits in this world too. That's now confirmed.
Yeah. Yeah. Ghosts are canon now.
Yeah. Ghost came to make sure she was okay. They are in a temple, apparently. They do live in a temple.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we're playing in a temple, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like, there's 6 of us, but then there's also one playing with what's-her-name, but we, like, apparently, because you were talking to her, but all 6 of the people who invited showed up, they played with us, not with her, and then left. So who was the other girl, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
She said it was some ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also note, the glasses design, because they only have the ears on the top, they don't have double
Yeah.
ears.
Mm-hmm.
where like the strap goes back and then straight up to hook behind the
Mm-hmm.
ears. It would then
I
read a little note.
actually made a note of that too. And also, I think you mentioned it in the last episode. And, the last episode of our podcast, the angels all have the little line like holding their halo up or whatever, going from their head to their halo. I'm like, oh yeah, I noticed that.
I think that's explained in the first 2 volumes of the manga I have, but
Yeah,
like the anime's I past that point, so I'm not sure.
interesting.
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, that would be such a weird thing to like have and be really noticeable, but then just never explain. That would be odd.
They
So I
should.
do hope they go into that.
Yeah, if they don't, I can explain
Yeah.
it. It's actually
Okay.
pretty neat.
Okay.
But yeah, so next episode starts off down a
Mhm.
train. This guy's like, I fell in love with you at first sight. Please accept this. And she's just like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah. And
It's
all
like-
throughout their school day, Nozomi keeps bothering Hime. It's like,
Honestly-
hey, why did you do that?
Yeah, honestly though, I completely agree. If someone's gonna come to you on like a train where you can't get away to ask you out,
Yeah.
that's uncomfortable. It's the same
Yeah.
with like asking someone out at work or stuff
Mhm.
like that. You don't want to ask someone out where they're stuck in a social obligation that
Yeah.
they can't leave, right? Like,
Exactly.
because that can make them really uncomfortable. It feels like you're forcing them or trapping them, stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
anyways,
So- Yeah. So they keep asking her all day of why she wouldn't. And then eventually that evening they're hanging out at Hime's house. They're like, "What? Will you tell us now? Now that it's just us." And she never like directly tells them, but they just eventually guess at it. And
she
turns
got
out,
bullied as a kid. Someone asked if her vagina was like that of a cow's,
mm-hmm.
which is brutal.
Yeah, so mean. And so Nozomi comes up with the plan of like, well,
Let's
if
all
that's-
share ours. Nozomi
Yeah.
is so gay. She's so into this.
she's super gay.
Yeah.
Seriously. There was a part where they were asking, like, oh, have you ever seen anyone else's? I'm like, no. And Nozomi was like, oh, I've never seen anyone else's. But like, she has this look on her face where she's kind of looking off to the side, like, I think she might be lying.
yeah.
Like, she's super gay.
Or she's like, I wish, like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
no, she like, there's like the other time where she's like, in episode 1, there's a lot of hints at it. They kind of toned it back a bit, but I think it's kind of again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she spreads her legs, and you get this really awkward camera shot. There's a lot of
Seriously.
awkward.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of fan servicey, but also not, because they never show anything. Like, they don't even show the
Mhm.
underpants. It's like,
Yeah.
this is something that I actually know people have talked about doing. Like, this
Hmm.
is just regular, everyday things people do growing up, because not
Yeah.
proper sex ed in that. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because she's like, I'm worried
That
it
was-
looks disgusting. So,
Yeah. I was glad you said that they could have gone super fan servicey with this scene, and they just like didn't. That was really good.
well, Nozomi was still... There was border... Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was borderline, but there was pretty much sexual assault.
Yeah.
Because,
True.
what's her name? Didn't want to show it.
Kyoko.
Yeah, Kyoko was like, I don't want to show it, but it's like, but you just looked at mine, you have
Yeah.
to now. That was
You
the
have to.
agreement, and kind of jumps
Yeah.
on her and pulls it off, and they're like, ooh, Harry, and it's like, damn it, God, no.
Oh, so rude. Yeah.
And then,
And they look at Hime, and she's like, okay, she feels better about it afterwards.
yeah, they call it youthful. I'm like, what the fuck does
It's
that
like,
mean?
what's that mean?
Oh,
That's
God.
a weird way to describe that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
but they are. This is where when they're trying to figure out what she's worried about, it's like pregnant and kids, and they mention centaurs bred with others can sometimes be
Oh, yeah.
born with deformities and like health problems, and it kind of like mentions the whole, you know, certain breeds because of the way their extra limbs work can
Yeah.
cause issues.
Yeah. And then,
yeah.
the next day, they're back on the train, and the guy shows up again. She accepts the letter, and she reads it, and doesn't like what she reads. Doesn't say what it is. And then later, they talk to the guy again.
She
has
just
to-
says no and runs.
No.
It's like,
Yeah.
fuck this. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Dies on the train. And it turns out the hunch I had because of the train thing was right. He only liked her because of her boobs.
Yeah. It's like your boobs are so big.
I'm
And it's like,
beautiful.
oh,
Your
oh,
wonderful
yeah.
breasts. I fell in love at first sight. It's like,
Oh,
god damn it.
yep.
And
Oh.
one of them mentions like, oh, I think it was Nozomi. It's like, yeah, guys are all like that, all gross. And it's like,
Mhm.
that's because you like girls. And they all like. I think she's also the one who that guesses that. Oh, are you afraid of guys or something? Or they're like, kind of. Nozomi,
Mhm.
I think, was really interested in it because she's like hoping Hime says, "Oh, I like girls. That's why."
Mhm.
Like, I think that was the whole point of pressuring it.
Yeah.
But
So yeah.
yeah, so
Mm.
they move on to a study party in the new section.
Yeah. They're trying to study math, but Nozomi is terrible at studying and also terrible at math. He just wants to.
Nozomi in this scene is
Yeah.
literally me through all of high school. I was like, "Fuck math, I'm done with
Yeah.
this."
Uh, yeah. Instead, she reads manga and then lays down on Hime's lap.
Yeah, I just wish I had a lap to lay down. That's the difference from high school.
Mhm.
I didn't
Oh.
have like cute friends I could lay my head on their lap.
Mhm.
Darn.
Then then they grab Nozomi and are gonna bully her into learning.
Yeah, you get bullied into learning.
Mhm.
That's it. But they start, or she like thinks she sees a UFO at one point,
Yeah.
and they start talking about the different theories behind UFOs. And one is like, you need a lot of money and wealth, maybe a
Mhm.
refugee center, which like that's so different from like how it is in our world, right? Refugee
Mhm.
centers get shit all in funding,
Yeah. Seriously.
but
Oh.
apparently in this world, because that's an actual issue
Mhm.
or treated like an actual issue, like it actually is here, they actually get funding.
Mhm.
And they talk about it being different weapons, or like maybe it's Antarctican uh,
Yeah. The
technology, because
Antarctic.
they apparently don't know anything about the people living in Antarctica except they're
Yeah.
like snake people who should be
Mhm.
cold-blooded, but they live there anyways.
Yeah. And like they only mention like one line, but like, oh well, they're not on very good terms with America. It's like, whoa,
Yeah, but
wait,
this
what?
is Japan though, so it's not.
Yeah.
I think it's Japan. We think it's like hinted at by the names of everything
Mhm.
in the
Yeah,
system.
but it's the Antarcticans aren't on good terms with America. Well, it's like,
Yeah,
oh wait, what's going on with them?
yeah.
It's like they're hinting at so much of this extra
Well,
lore for snake people.
when it kind of shows the Antarcticans too, they look kind of like they would
Mhm.
maybe be like the First Nations groups,
Mhm. Yeah, they do actually.
like the Inuit or
Uh,
I don't know the other. I'm bad. I'm sorry.
yeah. You
I
failed your
should know
Canadian
this.
history.
No, I should
Yeah.
know this. Like my job's related to this too. Not
Oh.
really.
Oops.
I just I can't say where I work or what I do, but
Yeah. So yeah, they. I know what you mean though. They have like kind of feathery collar things. The Antarctican snake people do.
yeah.
So yeah, they do a kind of like Native American tribal kind of thing going
Well,
on.
like especially like if Americans don't like them, it's like
Hmm.
maybe it's like the Canadians or whatever. Like has America taken over Canada, or is it like
Oh.
because of like Alaska? It's like if they're in the
Hmm.
far far north. Wait, that's the Arctic. Antarctica's the
Yeah,
south.
the South. Yeah.
Well,
So
they
they
have
may.
research bases there, but
Yeah.
from what I
So
understand, there are no groups living there except for the research bases. So
yep.
yeah, I don't
Just
know.
the researchers there. Yeah. I don't
Maybe
know.
it's just they don't like scientists, is what they're saying, and they're all a bunch of scientists.
Hmm.
I'm bad at this. Anyways,
Anyway.
yeah. So they're
So
saying maybe it's theirs. It's like maybe an Antarctican came in the UFO,
yeah, and then
and I think that's confirmed.
yeah,
Antarcticans have UFOs.
yeah, because the next day they're on their way to school,
There's
and
police everywhere.
yeah.
There's like regular clothes cops. There's like, look at that
Hmm.
bulge. You're like, that's totally a gun.
Hmm. I thought it was funny they saw the guy with the bulge in his jacket and they called him like a public safety official. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
that's a weird thing. And then there's like an attack helicopter flying overhead.
yeah. And there's like
And
people in the school guarding the doors.
hmm
And
and they
one of them recognizes Nozomi and calls her like I forget what he calls her, but
Yeah.
basically sounds like she's royalty or something. But it might also be he might just be one of the people who goes to the dojo she's at. She
Yeah.
goes at.
Yeah. So they get to their classroom and there's an extra desk, so there must be a new student. And they're like, oh, is it related to all the people here?
Maybe they're royalty. I don't know.
Yeah.
And surprise, surprise, it's an Antarctican, like they hinted
Mhm.
at.
Yeah.
Snake person. It's like sit next to He-Man. He-Man looks super scared. It's like don't be scared of the pretty
Yeah.
snake lady. Don't be a bully. Racism is bad. Haven't you learned anything from all the propaganda?
Seriously. Yeah, and that's the episode.
Our first Antarctican snake person introduced. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Next episode we gotta find out. There's plot
Hopefully.
now.
Yeah.
Maybe. It might just be
Maybe.
like,
That might just be a new character to show up occasionally.
and it'll probably open up more world building into the Antarcticans, which will be interesting and cool.
Yeah, it will be. So yeah, that was Centaur's episode 3 and 4. It's a good show so far.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's interesting, all
Definitely.
the weird world.
Mm-hmm.
I do think I like the pacing of the manga a bit better. Some of the scenes
Mm-hmm.
go in different sections, but I do like this adaptation very much.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah,
So-
so, is there anything else this season? Now that we've gone a few episodes in,
Oh, yeah.
anything you've decided to drop? Anything you're, like, super into?
Well, so the only I've kind of dropped most everything at this point. The only two things I'm
Right.
keeping up with now is Konbini Koreshi, because I mentioned it before. It's like generic high school romance, but it's a good one of those. So I'm just trying to keep up with it. And the other thing is 18F, which I'm kind of perplexed by because it's just really bizarre.
That was the one you were gonna
It's-
drop after episode
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, I've kept up with it because it's just so weird, and like I need to see if it gets better. Like I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't know. It's just bizarre. Everything about it is strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
For me, I
Mhm.
didn't even start half the ones I planned to. I dropped Knights and Magic. That was trash.
that's good.
I've been watching the new game season. I'm all caught up on it. It's
Okay.
catching up to where the manga translation is, which it's getting an official translation, so I will be buying the official release
Okay.
because I always support official when you can,
Mhm.
if you like it.
Definitely.
Let's see, what else? It's hard to think. I marathoned 2 seasons of Haikyuu in like 3 days, so
Yeah.
Haikyuu's all over my mind right now. I'm all caught up on that. Bless.
Mhm.
Made in Abyss is super good.
Yeah.
Episode 4 I just got to watch, and it is
Mhm.
that show is fantastic. It is beautiful. The plot is
Hmm.
intriguing and interesting.
Yeah. I was watching that, but I dropped it because I don't know. I'm not that into it. It seems really good.
How many
It's just one of those
episodes
shows.
did you get into?
I think I got up to this some of the third episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
like
know.
they start getting into like the class system behind the whistles, which is really interesting. And they start
Yeah.
talking about like the levels of it, and it's like this giant, almost like a dungeon, and the levels seem really interesting,
Mm-hmm.
especially since one of them, the drawing they had of it, looked like there was stuff like the Statue of Liberty in it and Big Ben.
Yeah.
It's like society might have just grown a cluster outward away from Earth, and this
Mhm.
is like the one hole back into it.
Interesting. I
That's
don't know.
like
I might go back
my
and
theory.
try it again.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it's getting really, really, really cool and interesting and good. Episode 4 was a real turning point in the plot.
Okay.
It was a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had one more thing I was caught up on.
Good. Okay.
What the heck was it? Maybe I'm not caught up on it, but I'm watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go look. Oh yeah, Nanamaru Sanbatsu, the fastest finger first. I watched the second episode last night. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's not amazing, but it's a fun time, and it's a really interesting subject because
Mhm.
it's like it's just such a different topic for the show to be about. that makes it
Yeah.
really interesting because a lot of people like I would never expect an anime where they're going in depth about how to like fast buzz in trivia questions and trying to like memorize the ones used a lot or
Hmm.
like trying to figure out how many words in you can get before you figure out what the question is to then answer, like
Hmm.
predicting it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that seems really interesting to me. So yeah, I've seen the first two episodes. It's interesting. It's not amazing, but it's still good, and I'm enjoying it. So
Okay. That sounds pretty cool. I always like it when an anime goes into like really in depth in some weird niche subject. It's
yeah,
always pretty
yeah,
cool.
it's like a sports anime level of going in depth into it because it's like a sport, but
Hmm.
it's not.
Cool.
I think that's one of my biggest issues with Prince of Stride is it was like uh what's that thing? Is it was like a parkour anime, but they never really went in depth about parkour.
Uh,
Explaining it. It's just like, yeah, just run and you have to connect. It's all about the connection, the hand touch.
hmm.
And they had like some plot twist at the end that wasn't hinted at all, and it was awkward. But
Oh, that's unfortunate.
had some fun, cute characters. So if you want to
Hmm.
make an eat a
Yeah.
bag, oh yeah, I'm making an eat a bag now.
What is an eat a bag? I don't know what that is.
Eat a bag is based on the word itai or painful or ouch
Hmm.
because it's like ouch, I love this character so much my heart hurts or ouch my wallet. It's basically a bag where you collect like straps of a certain character or show. It's like you
Hmm.
you see those bags where it's just like covered in memorabilia.
Yeah.
Those are Eda bags.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch
Interesting.
that have come out where like bunch of bags specifically made for it with like clear covers so you can like
Hmm.
protect your stuff. Like design some. I'm gonna make a World Trigger one based on Tamakoma 2's team.
Okay.
So the characters from that,
Yeah.
which is gonna be fun.
Cool.
So that's gonna hurt my wallet for a bit, but
Yeah.
it's cool because I feel like you can find stuff at conventions. Obviously, conventions are not the place to go to mass buy stuff, but like
Hmm.
if you find like, oh, this person made like a fan charm of it, it's like no one else is gonna have this on like their collections. It's like, oh, I found something I can add to my bag that's interesting.
Hmm.
Stuff like that. It's like a cool walking it's also like a museum on your bag of like the merchandise for this character.
Hmm. Cool. Yeah. I think that's all we had to
We
talk
have
about.
questions.
Oh, right, we do. I almost forgot. But yes, we do.
These are meant for last week, but because
Yeah.
last week didn't happen, we have questions from Necro.
Yeah.
Uh, so good day, mates. Throw another anime. Wait, I gotta try the good day, mates. Wait, fuck. How do you do?
You want me to try this?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
my throat's
That,
still too off for me to try
yeah.
this right now.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, good day, mates. Throw another anime on the barbie. The anime ain't my baby. I'm out of Australian stuffs. Anyway, here's more questions for you to answer and for us to enjoy.
That was perfect. Thank you.
Nailed it.
I like.
I'm secretly Australian.
I knew it. It's like I God, every time I tried, it's like there's this one part of my throat that still hurts from all the coughing that
Yeah.
just like I couldn't
Mhm.
do it. I was like, damn
Yeah.
it, wait, why? Too
So.
much sick.
Mhm.
Anyways, yeah, so questions. As
Yeah.
kids, what kind of stuff did y'all do over summer break? Stay with Big Mama? Shenanigan all over the neighborhood? Wrestle all the neighborhood kids for ice cream monies? Summer camp, summer jobs, maybe you had extra time to invest in your secret second life as a child assassin. That extra income came in handy for buying fruit roll-ups.
Mm. Most of my
So,
summers, I spend most of my summers at home mostly. When I was younger, we lived far away from most of our family, so we would occasionally do trips back home. So we're like 8 hour drive away, but that would be like a week long trip. Other than that, I mostly stayed home. Never really went to any camps or anything because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, so there aren't really any camps.
yeah,
So, yeah,
that was
so, yeah.
kind of it at first. We'd go out to my grandparents' cottage a bit, and
Hmm.
then my dad retired actually pretty early. Like, I was like maybe like 5. God, how long has he been retired now? I don't know. But yeah,
Hmm.
we got our own cabin, or my parents did. So I was out
Yeah.
at the cabin every year for all of summer, and it was awful because you're just isolated and there's no one to talk to.
Hmm.
At first, it's not bad because you can kind of make friends with other kids there. But then other kids
Yeah.
stop showing up, or you get older, and it's just like, why am I out here? I have
Hmm.
nothing to do. I would just sit there, and that was what, like, that was when I would play video games. I didn't much besides that, but like, I beat so many video games while out there because I had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really boring, honestly, and bad. I'm not an outdoorsy type. I get really like, my sinuses suck for outdoors.
Yeah. I'm super allergic to everything too, so if I'm outside too long, my sinuses go crazy as well. It's the worst.
Well, it's also
Yeah.
like the heat and humidity was just
Oh.
disgusting because we don't
Ugh.
have working air conditioning.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. I could go swimming every day, but that gets boring after like 5 years.
Yeah.
So I stopped going when I was finally able to stay home alone. And then my parents were
Hmm.
like, okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because
Cool.
my mom stayed home to, because she had to work, but she'd go out every weekend and like out for her holidays. But
Hmm.
so I just started staying in the city with my mom.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next question here. Do you have any stories about family vacations or road trips? Those are usually pretty fun and weird stuff happens. Like maybe you played through a bunch of Game Boy games on a trip, or you got lost because you didn't have smartphones yet for easy maps, or somehow your tiny cousin manages to take up the entire back seat. Uh, I don't know. I can't. I've had so many like long family road trips that they all just kind of blend together. 'Cause we would go back like once during the summer, and for Thanksgiving, and again for Christmas. So I'd be doing long road trips all the time, and there was never anything eventful really, I guess. Well, the one time we had to outrun a snowstorm because we were driving back home, and there was this big snowstorm predicted to come into where we were staying, and it ended up being like 2 feet of snow or something. And so we like, oh, we need to leave now, and we like barely beat it out the city. So that was the most exciting thing I can think of, at least. See, what about you? Any
um,
interesting vacation stories?
So never really gone on road trips. The only big family vacation we ever did was Disney World, which I can never do again because I'm terrified of like
America.
rides. I
Oh,
can't do like those kind of rides there.
oh
Like,
yeah.
I think it's a cool place to visit and do stuff that aren't like the rides, but yeah, I can't like,
Hmm. Okay.
if any of them is going to be safe, Disney World is probably the safest, but even then
Hmm.
I'm not trusting. But yeah, we used to do a thing. There's a campsite out here that used to do Halloween in August or something,
Hmm.
and it's like still summer, and like all the campers would just like do Halloween for some reason. I don't know why, but my parents are like, "Let's go. We have family friends going," and
Hmm.
it's awful because I always got like I would always get sick there. I
Hmm.
don't know what it was, but maybe the heat or something. But I'd always get this same cold, and it was brutal. And I never
Hmm.
got it since going back, except that was the cold I got the last few days.
Oh.
It's the same type, and I've never had it except out there.
Huh.
Like it gets to a point where right now I have skin peeling off my nose from blowing it so much the past few days.
Oh.
Which yeah, it's brutal. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's like I've been reminiscing about these times because that's the only other time I've had this type of cold that's this bad. So
Hmm.
yeah, but it was interesting. It wasn't
Yeah.
anything great or amazing though. They
Hmm.
had a pool type. Yeah, they had like an outdoor pool, and that was fun. There was like water slides and stuff.
Hmm.
Played there a bunch, but because again, our family friends were there. But
Yeah.
it was like we did that for a few years. Got kind of tired of it. I got tired of getting sick every year, so we stopped.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. That, and that wasn't like a camp thing. It was just like everyone who went there camping and set up their tents or trailers, or we just all decided this is a thing now. It's Halloween in August, and it just was like a thing that just started, and it happens every year now.
Huh.
It
Weird.
might be Halloween in July. I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our last question: if you went to an anime summer camp, what kind of stuff would you want to do there? Hang with your favorite characters. Camp Counselor Naruto is hella awesome. Believe it. Magical girl training classes. Mecha fighting days. town mystery solving courses. Maybe learn how to kill someone in an instant attack that allows them to live for approximately 5 seconds and then explode in a shower of blood. That's dark. Holy shit.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, out of those things mentioned, I would definitely take magical girl training classes.
Yeah.
Personally.
Mecha fighting would be cool.
Yeah, that would be.
But
I don't know.
magical girl fighting. Oh god.
Yeah.
I feel like most people would be like, oh, I just want to like date my wife there.
Yeah. Wifey dating classes.
I would be more interested in like a not in actual anime summer camp, but something that like an anime style summer camp thing, where it's like, of course it couldn't be all summer, and maybe be better for like spring break or something, where it's like, hey, let's look at fandom stuff and like how to do stuff, and like let's talk about fan art, and like if you want to draw characters, we can help, like ways to like figure out proportions, stuff that's like related to fandom. Like you want a writing lesson for like fan fiction, let's go, or like you want to try to make a song based on it, let's go, let's have classes for that, stuff like that, or like just like just watch it. Basically, I just want it to be an anime convention for like a week straight, but also with a bunch of courses and stuff on like, need help learning how to draw like chibi style, here you go, stuff like that.
That could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So none for you?
No, I don't know. I can't really think of anything. I don't know.
Just the magical girl training classes.
Yeah. Go learn how to be a magical girl. That's all I want to do in life.
Just hope you end up in one of the happy magical girl shows.
Yeah, not the new age, like grim dark magical girl stuff.
Oh, there was old grim dark stuff too.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Nanoha?
I watched like the first episode once.
There's like
Does that go places?
child abuse in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, as someone who never really got into watching a lot of magical girl stuff,
not like sexual child abuse. I mean like actual beating.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, as someone who never really watched that genre much, I was like, this must be like the happiest genre ever. And like, it turns out, nope, it's actually pretty dark.
Nope.
At least all the popular stuff is.
Janaiwo Kakro Taiyo is really dark. Let's see. I think there's like an original one where like the girl dies in like the fourth episode or something, is reborn without her magic powers or memories, and has to relive life or something. It's like there's been some dark ones.
Yeah. Weird.
I think there was a 90s one. But yeah, so
yeah.
I think that's all we have for this episode. We made it through.
I think so. We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a panic attack thinking, wait, did I start streaming? Yes, we checked.
Yes. Don't worry.
The voices are both there. I can see them moving.
Okay, good.
Don't freak out. Why am I still on Nana-san? Okay, we can talk about anything besides Nanamaru-san Batsu after, so I'm still on it.
That's fine.
We really need like a background or something. We'll figure it out. What we really need is for me to finally upload this season's episodes on YouTube, because I'm super behind on that, and then make the link dumps I haven't. I've been busy and sick. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Yeah.
Soon,
You've had good excuses.
Eventually, maybe we'll just put them all out at the end of the season, just like the Netflix model. 6 months after the end of the season, here you go.
Yeah. Binge watch this anime podcast.
Yeah. God. That would be so awkward because you can't keep up.
Yeah.
Unless if you haven't watched the shows yet, then you watch like an episode of the show, then an episode of this, and an episode of the show, then an episode of this.
Ooh. So yeah, we'll get those up eventually, soon. Hopefully this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.
Yeah, I'll see ya.